Hey everyone, it's Veiled Shot back at it with another Awaken Chaos Era video, and this is just going to be another account update, what I'm up to, and what's going on with the account, and what my next goals are, really. Now, the first thing is, we got Blackhorn, and we have not used him at all. He's still sitting at level 1, 2 stars. We've been so focused on Desmond, who has been actually a very important character for my account, and has boosted my account quite a bit, and now it's time to build out Blackhorn. So that's what we're going to be doing in this video. Along with Blackhorn, I might be building out Valuk, who's the tree wood elite. He's a really solid poisoner, and between him, Blackhorn, Nathalia, Santis, and Desmond, I'm sure we could find a combination that might work for Tulpa. I really hope to use Desmond in there because he will speed it up so much. Really, the combination between Desmond, healing, and then another poison character really does clear through almost every dungeon in the game as far as I've seen. You know, maybe not Ash because he dies too quickly, but I think I have another strategy for Ash that will be maybe in this video. I'm not quite sure, maybe in another video, but we're just going to go ahead and start with Blackhorn. But before that, I do want to show you the events that I've been cruising through. So the energy event just started today, and I have finished off the arena event, so I'm going to go ahead and collect all those rewards, which will help us 6-star Blackhorn with this 5-star pumpkin, with these XP, jelly groups, and some more pumpkins. I'm really enjoying these events. They've been really easy, to be honest. I haven't had any trouble completing any of them. This energy event, I'm about 900 points in. Yeah, so I'm about 900 points in, and I'm just kind of cruising along. I'm going to be farming out probably some legendary glyphs for Blackhorn. I'm not quite sure yet on Blackhorn. So we're just going to go ahead and accept those rewards. And I am going to go ahead and start leveling up Blackhorn. So it's a new day, and I just recorded a video for tomorrow. But I wanted to mention I got a new camera. So let me know how it looks. I think it looks pretty good. So we're gonna be keeping that because I think I'm going to be on YouTube for a while. I really enjoy making content for you all, but we built out Blackhorn. Now, we ended up using him in Void Tower, but the battles were so long, I decided not to go ahead and put him in this video. Make the video, you know, maybe 3 hours long. But if you do want to see them, let me know in the comments, and I will splice them together into a much shorter video for you all, maybe like 40 minutes long, showcasing Blackhorn and the comps I'm using. But we ended up glyphing him out, maxed out the abilities. We ended up building him out with really solid stats, actually, with plus 12, plus 9 gear, 20k HP, 1600 defense, 113% resistance. Actually, that's really good for Void Tower. But what I decided to do is we're going to go ahead and try to build out that Ash comp. I've been farming for a little while for the Ice Wolf here. Where is the Ice Wolf? Let's see if we can find him. On stream, I've been just trying to get this dang common because I had none of him. And now we have 3. So we're going to go ahead and build them out and see if we can get that this team to work with the Ice Wolf. So let's go ahead and do that. Also, I did want to mention we ended up completing the energy cost event. So we're just going to go ahead and collect these rewards. It wasn't that difficult. I kind of just did it, you know, casually. I was just farming my glyphs up for some characters, and we just happened to complete it pretty much on accident, which is really nice. Just free rewards, really. So that was cool. So this Ash comp, I called it the Ice Wolf team. It is not my team. I did not create this. I believe the YouTuber was Legendary Andy was his name who created the comp. But basically it uses Mary, Ice Wolf, Nathalia, and Santis. And the idea behind the comp is to allow the Ash boss to go with the imp still alive, so he sacrifices a bunch of the HP, just tank it with Mary's invincibility, and then just really quickly finish him off. So we're going to build out all 4 of those characters. I already have Nathalia and Santis built out, and they are 6 stars. I do not have the trait for Santis, but we're going to go ahead and get Mary to 5 stars. Now, you don't necessarily need Mary at 5 stars. And then we're going to go ahead and speed tune them. I'll go, you know, in depth on an Ash guide in the future, but I'll just go ahead and quickly show their gear once I have them, you know, kind of geared out. And also, I'm going to go ahead and 5-star Mary here because I probably will use her for other pieces of content as well. So I actually only brought up Mary to 4 stars here. I did not quite have the food exactly ready, So I just decided, let's just see if it works with 4 stars. And then if I want to, I'll boost her up to 5 stars later. And I'm just going to go ahead and quickly ascend her here. I want to get the speed at least. So it'll be easier for her to just kind of pick whatever gear I want rather than having to use, you know, maybe some higher speed gear or some raider sets or whatever. And the idea is we will go over the speed tune in just a second after we get all these characters, you know, leveled up and ready to go, which is pretty much now. So I'm going to go ahead and get her abilities maxed out here. And then I'm really excited to start building this comp. So we're going to do that right after this. So I went ahead and got Mary to 4 stars, Ice Wolf to 3 stars, as I mentioned. I only re-bought Ice Wolf to 3 stars because I wanted to find them easier in my collection, so I didn't have to scroll down as much or filter. So the idea here is that we're going to have Santis go first, then Mary, then the Wolf, and then Nathalia last, but also slower than the boss, but faster than the waves. So we're going to go ahead and see if we can build them for that specific purpose. I believe Santis is already perfect. Let's see here. Okay, 144 speed is actually a little slow. So we'll go see. Maybe we could squeeze it in because we only need to have 140 speed, I believe. So we can have like Mary at 143 and then Ice Wolf at 142. And that should work. So let's go ahead and try to do that real quick with Mary first. So we're gonna try to get her real tanky to just survive. And then we're going to try to get her just enough speed. And so she goes right after the Santis goes. That's 132. Again, let's just get HP here. All right, this should work. Perfect. And then we need to have a little bit more speed. So let's go ahead and try to get that. I do not want to use that piece. Not at all. So I think we're going to land on this build. We're actually at 143 speed, which is perfect. And that should work. The only thing is she might be a little squishy, so we might bring her up to 5 stars here and get that extra ascension on her. Let's go see what the ascension for 5 does. I don't exactly remember. Let me see here. It's in the ascensions. It's gonna be attack. Okay, so that's kind of useless. We're gonna just bring her up to 5 stars here. We may have to plus up this gear a little bit to have this work, but let's just go see what it's like at 5 stars, the HP levels. So we brought it up to 5 stars, and you can see the HP is at 10k. I still think that's a little too low. Now, if it is too low, we will plus up our gear, and maybe we could swap some gear around. But I'm just going to test this. But first, I want to build out the Ice Wolf, and then I might need to increase my Nathalia's damage, because she might be a little low for this, but we'll run one and see how it works. Well, I was leveling up gear and swapping it around, and I actually found that I was at 143 speed. So what I think we're gonna have to do is go ahead and level up a 6-star pair of boots, but have it at plus 11 instead, and I think that will work. So let's go ahead and try to do that. So I swapped a bunch of gear around, and we are at 141 speed, which is perfect. So let's hope this works. We're going to take a piece off Connor, but it shouldn't be a huge deal here. We'll just go ahead and swap a piece back on Connor, and then we're going to go test this comp out. So I really quickly just wanted to show you Nathalia's speed. Now she's at 88% crit rate, so this is not going to be a 100% run. I just want to see if we can do it, and if we can do it, I will be changing things around a little bit and investing a little bit more into this comp. Obviously, this won't be 100% because she's not at 100% crit rate, but we're going to run it. And we're going to see how it goes. We're only on Ash 10. I'm not sure if this works on lower stages of Ash. I have literally not run Ash since I found out that Queen was much easier. So we're into Ash 10. I decided to just show you the end of the run because the run wasn't working as intended. Nathalia is too fast. Ash 10 is too slow for the speed thresholds that we're running at. So Nathalia just happens to be super, super quick. And that's a huge problem, actually. But we should be able to beat this still. Let's see. Yeah, we were able to beat it. But obviously, it was really, really sketchy. So that's cool. Ash 10 is done. It's not super, super difficult, especially for someone with my gear. I can kind of just run a normal comp. But really, it starts to get difficult 11 and 12. So we're going to run it in again. Yeah, I didn't show you the previous Ash 10 because I figured, okay, the comp doesn't even work as intended. So But the idea here is, as I mentioned, we're going to get all the buffs. Mary's going to cycle her turn so that she gets invincible on the boss, and the boss is going to kill itself for us, essentially. So, yeah. And I do want to do an in-depth Ashe guide, and it will probably include this team if it ends up working. Now, I do want to say that this is not my, brainchild. This is someone by the name of Legendary Andy. I'm pretty sure that's their name. So this is not my comp at all. I just want to give credit where credit's due, but I am running it. So, if you are interested in seeing that in-depth Ashe guide, I will be coming out with it soon if this works, and I will be showcasing this team, but also giving you just the basics of building any team realistically. So, yeah. And this is where it gets interesting because Nathalia is going before the boss still, so this actually might be a loss as well. Actually, I'm not quite sure why Nathalia went before the boss. Maybe she got herself speed up there, which could be a problem, but we're getting invincible here. And then you see there, Ashe just killed himself on his own cannon. And then we get a counterattack by everyone. And they just kind of ruin the enemy comp. And we just kind of finish it off with between poisons and Santis, etc. And that seems like a pretty successful Ashe to 11 run. I do have a curse set on Santis. I'm not sure if that affects anything. But I believe you could do this without a curse set. So that's pretty much it. Santis is going to kill it off here, I think. Not quite, but we shouldn't die here. Santis should live. Both of them live. And that's the end of it. So pretty cool. We're getting through Ashe 11. And then we're going to move on to Ashe 12, which is the real kicker. I could farm Ashe 11 and get solid, Raider gear. But I really want to farm Ashe 12. That's really what I want to stop at. So we're going to see. We're just going to run right in there and see if we can beat it. I'm pretty excited because it's working so far. Again, as I said, I haven't tried Ashe since really the beginning of the game. It was one of the first dungeons I was trying to go for. And I realized it was, harder than Queen. Even though at the time I thought that Queen was harder. And so I just pivoted into Queen. But, with this new comp, it seems like this might be one of the easier dungeons to run at this point if you happen to have a decently geared Nathalia and a double Ascension Nathalia. So she didn't crit on that ad, and that might ruin this run. To be honest, it's gonna throw off the timing of everything. So we're gonna back out here and we're gonna rerun this, and just hope that Nathalia crits because, as I said, that's really the kicker. It's not gonna be 100% until Nathalia has 100% crit rate. So I know I said I'd bring you to the boss fight, but I've been running this for at least 10 minutes, and I've probably wasted about 20 energy, maybe a little less. And Nathalia has literally done this she just did it again. It's literally been completely unlucky. I know she has 88% crit rate, so we're on the higher side of not critting for one of them. But still, that is really ridiculous that we have not got that. Our RG is just not helping us today. We had to use a meal coupon there, just so that we could keep failing these runs. I'm going to leave it on. Let's see if we get it this time, because this is just sad to watch, to be honest. We are just struggling really hard on Nathalia. So definitely want to get that crit rate to 100% because this is bound to happen. As I said, there's 88% crit rate on my Nathalia, but there's 8 enemies we have to kill, right? So if that's 10% per, there's a pretty high chance that we're not going to crit, but definitely not 15 runs worth of us not critting. Let's see if we can crit on this one. Okay, we finally got a crit through this one. That's solid. So let's see how this works and see what adjustments we need to make besides Nathalia's crit rate, and if we need to make adjustments at all. So Santis will go, then Mary, and then the Ice Wolf will put up the counterattack again. So Mary is still alive, and that's pretty much all we really need is Mary to stay alive. So that works. Flame Bomb went on Santis. Bonus attack from Santis. And then we have the Invincible going up and the Cleanse. And then a new counterattack with the Last Breath, which is one of the reasons why Last Breath is used, I imagine. That tip was from Buttness, who's often in my streams and my Twitch chat. So appreciate that, Buttness, for the tip. So this is a fail, it looks like. If we had Poison's proc before, it might work. Yeah, we're going to have to adjust this comp a little bit. So I ended up regearing my Nathalia as well. 111 crit rate, 4k attack, 125 speed, but she has really low crit damage. So hopefully this is enough. I'm not quite sure. So we're just going to try this real quick and see if this ends up working. I needed the correct amount of speed. I don't really have good speed pieces, and I really do not have good crit damage rings with high crit rate subs. So it's really hard for me to get that 100% crit rate, because I really want 100% crit rate, especially for dungeon runs. It's all about the consistency. You know, if I'm running Void Tower, which is Nathalia's typical purpose, or Endless Trials, I don't mind having a 95, 96% crit rate. So I just rerun the battle. But for this, I'm going to be multi-battling it, so I'll be losing the full 12 energy, so I really want that 100% crit rate. So we're going to see if this works. Again, I think it might be a problem with our Mary not being tanky enough, and her just dying. I'm not quite sure. You know, if we don't actually get this working on Ash 12, let me know in the comments, but maybe we'll get it working for Ash 12. I'm not quite sure yet. I'm not quite sure what the problem is. I'll have to run this a few more times to see if there's any other issues with it. But let's just see. We're going to start off pretty strong here. They're going to hit, and then they're going to get the counterattacks. Not bad. So Nathalia is going to revive the Ice Wolf, and Ice Wolf's going to put counterattack up. So we don't have enough damage to clear the imp. So this might be a huge problem, actually. We need a little bit more damage on Nathalia, it looks like, to be able to finish this. That's definitely something to keep in mind. If we had the imps killed, I think this would be a success, to be honest, based on what I'm looking at. So it might be our Nathalia problem right now. We have a speed up on Nathalia too, and she's just dead because the imps are alive still. That could be the issue so far, but we'll see here. I'm pretty sure we just die. Yeah, we're dead. So we're going to go ahead and adjust our Nathalia real quick and see if that helps anything. So I ended up re-gearing my Nathalia again. I've been running it a couple times, and every time I haven't had enough damage. So I swapped over Zatlex's ring, and I'll show you after. She's killing the imps, which is perfect. Resetting her ultimate, killing the imps again. So there's two caveats here. The first thing is I don't have enough damage unless Nathalia actually gets a buff that is not the attack up buff. So if she gets the attack up buff, she doesn't get the extra 10% damage from her trait passive, and she just dies. So I absolutely need that in order to win. But we did win this. First time success, Ash 12. I wanted to show you on video because I've been running it a couple times and I haven't been able to win. It took me about 3 or 4 tries. I'm going to go show you my Nathalia gear. I'm going to try to perfect this, get some extra damage on her. I'm running out of gear charms, which is the problem. So it may take me a while. But if you do want to see, an Ash 12 guide, let me know, and I will be working on it and then perfecting this team. Pretty awesome. Let's go see the Nathalia ring that I swapped over. So all the gear is the same. She actually ended up with 100% crit chance, 214% crit damage. I don't think the crit damage changed all that much, but we actually ended up getting like 250 extra attack there. And here's the real kicker. This crit damage ring is almost perfect. Double attack roll, double crit rate roll. Pretty amazing ring here. I got this on stream actually, so really amazing ring. And this one made the difference with the extra 20% attack, crit damage, and the crit rate. Really solid piece. So that's pretty much it for this video. I will be working on Ash 12. I will be working on a lot of stuff. And we do happen to have a 24-hour stream coming in the works. And that is going to be at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, January 16th. I'll have more details in the upcoming videos, but that's the set date. I'll put it in the comments below. If you're enjoying this video, be sure to leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.